I'm going to run you through a full day of eating to testosterone max while still making the food tasty as fuck, because I'm not sacrificing taste just to live a higher kind of testosterone driven life. I love my food and I want my food to be tasty. So this is a full day of eating that I will do that you can try. You can pick and choose what you like from it. Core rules from this diet is like single ingredient foods. So that means not buying like a meal deal that has tons of shit that they put in there, and the kind of ingredients at the bottom, they'll have all these weird like substances. So single ingredient foods, that is buy chicken on its own, buy avocado, buy eggs. So single ingredients. When you do your food shop, you buy single ingredients. Number two, also realize that carbs aren't the enemy. Carbs are very good for your testosterone. I went through a period of time where I thought that keto was the answer. You needed high protein, high fat, and you just don't eat carbs. That is not going to work. You'll eventually crash. And if you're doing a lot of exercise, you need carbs for all your insulin and all that stuff as well. And fats aren't the enemy, specifically healthy fats. So we're not going to get donuts. We're going to get whole natural fat, olive oil, nuts, avocado, eggs, high in fat, high in cholesterol, very good for you and very good for your testosterone. So for breakfast, this is what I'll do. I want to be really easy because normally in the morning I'm in quite a rush. If I wake up early, I just want to be outside, be out and start my day quickly. So what I'll do is I'll have a big pot of yogurt that I buy in my food shop, and I will have some honey that I just sprinkle in. And what I'll do is I'll take the big pot of yogurt and just get the little spoon, put some honey in and eat a bit. So I won't even plate it up. I won't even put it in a bowl. I'll just eat straight out of the Tupperware. And that just makes it really easy, really quick. I can kind of eat however much I want, really, in a weird way. And it's very light. I don't like having a heavy breakfast because I just feel more tired. Like you don't want to kind of dip after your breakfast. Normally, if I had like a big bowl of cereal or oats, I just feel like sleeping straight after. I want to sleep at like 10 or 11 a.m. So this keeps it light. You can start your day easy. You can pair this with a coffee. You can pair this with a protein shake. You can pair this with your supplements, which is what I will do. And it's just very, very easy. For lunch, this is what I'll do. So I'll meal prep before this. So for 2 or 3 or 4 days at the start of the week, or maybe once or twice during the week, I'll cook like a big batch of chicken that I will just have for my lunch. So I'll cook it, put it in a bowl, put it in my fridge. And then when it comes to having that lunch, say it's 12 p.m. on the day I'm going to have lunch, I will take a bit of that chicken, as much as I need for lunch, put it in a pan, heat it up, and then pair it with 1 avocado and a bit of cheese. High in fat, high in cholesterol, very good for testosterone. So I'll put this all in a bowl, mix the chicken, mix the avocado, mix the cheese, mix it around, put some salt, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, that's very good as well. Salt is very good for you as well. You need the electrolytes. And I'll put it all in a bowl, I'll mix it. And what I'll do, I'll make wraps basically. So I'll have 2 tortilla wraps that I'll just heat up and then wrap it up and then eat it. I've got very, very high taste, very, very good for you, high protein, high fat. Also you have carbs, good carbs in there from the wraps. Ideally wholemeal tortilla wraps, and I'll just have chicken wraps, and it's very, very tasty. I love it. And the best thing about this is it's so easy, it's done in 5 minutes. For dinner, also prioritize high protein. So on this day that I took the pictures, it was mince meat that I prepped for 2 days. So I cook a big bunch, prep it, put it in a Tupperware. The other half I will put it in a bowl that I'm going to eat, and then I will put a bit of cheese and cook some mushrooms and spinach. So I'm getting all my kind of fiber. I'm getting some fiber and some healthy bits from there as well. Mushrooms are nice, but they're quite low calorie. Minced meat is very high in protein. Just overall good for you. Meat is good for you, just generally. Sometimes if I want an extra bit of carb, I'll also make some tortilla wraps and make that into a wrap as well. It will vary sometimes. Something that I'm probably missing is fish. I don't really eat fish, I probably should, but this can fit in easily with the dinner time. Keep in mind that these meals are about 3 or 4 hours apart, and if I'm busy, this is where the meal prep comes in. You don't want to be cooking every time, like properly cooking from scratch. So I'll meal prep. As you can see here, the meat, half of it is in the pan and the other half is prepped for later, where I can just heat it up and eat it within 5 minutes. So even if I'm out, I can eat the cold mince, which is very easy. And with this, add any flavors or toppings you like. Salt, mixed herbs, as you can see here, even stuff like onions and things like that. This takes us to about 7 to 8 p.m. where I'll have my last meal. So technically it's 3.5 meals if you count the yogurt at the start. That's very low calorie in general. So I'll typically have 3 decent meals. I don't actually eat a crazy amount. So for dinner, typically this is what I'll do with my evening meal of 7 or 8. This is about 2 or 3 hours before I sleep. And what this will consist of is about 4 to 6 eggs. So this is where the high cholesterol comes in. And the eggs are timed very And the timing of having these eggs is very specific. So we have it before bed because when we sleep, this is when our body actually builds our testosterone for the next day. And cholesterol is the building block for testosterone. So that's how our body makes testosterone. It uses cholesterol, and eggs are very high in cholesterol. So we pair this. This is a combination of things that actually work. So we have the eggs before we sleep, gives our body a ton of cholesterol. And while we're sleeping, our body makes testosterone from the cholesterol. So it's the perfect time to have eggs. It's like testosterone builder, basically. So I'll have 4 to 6 eggs, and I'll also have some oats because typically throughout the day, I'm not eating too high carb. So I'll just stack quite a bit of carbs to the end of the day. So I'll have a bowl of oats, just like half full of that blue bowl that you can see there. And then I'll have put some casein protein powder in there. Casein is a nighttime protein powder, so it takes longer to digest and to repair your muscle damage. Whey, which is probably what you use for your protein shake, that's like more instant. Casein is like a slow release. Casein is also found in like yogurt and cottage cheese. I don't really want to eat yogurt before bed. Cottage cheese is disgusting. So I'll have it in the form of this protein powder, which is the only protein powder I really have during the day. And then I'll put some banana in, more carbs, and then I'll put like a half a spoon, the little spoon you can see there, of like almond butter or peanut butter, just for some taste. And I'll put a bit of honey on there just for a bit more taste. And then you put hot water in, so it's like oats basically. Mix it. It doesn't look incredibly appealing, but it is actually all right of a taste. And then also with the eggs, also pair that with 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I forgot to mention that for the meal before, for every meal that you have like with single ingredient foods, it doesn't hurt to put 1 tablespoon of olive oil in. It's incredibly high in fat, but it's also very, very good for building your testosterone because we need those natural fats. They're so important. A high fat diet isn't actually a bad thing. I mean, when I was eating keto, I was eating some days 4,000 calories a day and losing weight with 200 grams of fat. Typically, people only recommend about 60 to 90 grams of fat. I was eating triple that. And that just shows you that natural fats, it's actually very good for you. Not the fat that's man-made, not the shitty kind of, you know what I mean, like the processed man-made stuff. You want the natural things that come from the earth. We were designed to eat. So we were designed to eat nuts, a lot of them. We were designed to eat a lot of fish and whole, like lean meat, even fatty fish, fatty meats. We were designed to eat that. So people who say no fat, they're fucking idiots, to be honest. So with the eggs, some olive oil, and I put some salt on there as well. So just sprinkle a bit of salt over it and mix it up, and there we go. So I have my last meal of the day then at about 7 or 8 p.m. So that covers all areas, I feel. I used to go without carb, and I wouldn't experience much of a dip, but then I realized that long term I needed it. Fruit is good for you. Honey is so good for you as well. That is carbs. Actually, there is carbs in honey, and that gives you kind of not the kind of slump that you'll get if you have a big bowl of pasta. So I wouldn't eat anything like that. Pasta, bread, I think it's just all bullshit, to be honest. Good carbs like sweet potato, those good wholemeal tortilla wraps, oats, I think are okay. So from that, take what you will, really. This is a lot that's worked for me. I've trial and error different things. So just trial what things work for you and stick to the things that work and get rid of the stuff that doesn't. And if you found that useful, subscribe, because this place is the place for you to learn about how to destroy anxieties and get dramatic results in testosterone. That's my sole aim on this channel. Help young men destroy anxieties. If you've had chronic anxiety for your whole teens and early 20s, help them destroy that through the vehicle of getting very, very high results in testosterone that look like doing things like following a good training program, eating really well, sleeping really well, training your brain, meditating, things like that, having social life, things like that. And if you want quicker results, there are 2 links in the description. One's free, it's like a free call, and one is a paid course, which is like the detailed descriptions and instructional, educational resources on how to triple your testosterone. I basically have like 7 core modules in there that are addressing like one specific issue each. For example, one is I'm skinny fat. So I will basically get you to a point where you're no longer skinny fat. And then on top of that, increase your testosterone to kind of build off a base, because we can't just increase testosterone from nowhere. We can't just pop some pills from nowhere. We have to build this kind of base, this kind of pyramid that starts with your lifestyle, your behaviors, how you look, how healthy you are, your body fat, all of that. So you want to start good. So there's training modules in there, there's nutrition modules in there, how to pack on size, how to train for size, and there's extra YouTube private courses on meditation, productivity, book summaries, social kind of tips and There's so much in there. So click that if you're interested. As I say, one of those two links will help you a lot. One is like a free call between you and me. I can just help you further and develop a little plan for you. And that's all for now. And until next time, bye.